Many years ago, I wrote a short story titled My Dream Christmas. It's about a dream Christmas or the dream Christmas of a young boy, probably in his early teens. I've recently adapted it just a little. It goes like this. My Dream Christmas. Blimey, what's happening? Why is the tree blue? And why is Santa wearing green? And why is Jim Reeves singing Red Christmas? What's wrong with this world? I was confused and scared. Why wasn't Christmas like it used to be? Beautifully decorated green Christmas trees, Santa's patented red suit, and Jim Reeves' traditional white Christmas ringing out. Nothing seemed right with this Christmas. The overweight man behind the counter at the confectionery smiled as he slipped a small Christmas cake to the undernourished boy playing carols on his mouth organ. And what's more, he didn't even charge the little fellow for it. The lady next door had a kind word for Mira, the young girl who takes out the garbage. And what's more, she gave her 2 old dresses. My aunt visited my cousin's home for the first time in 3 years. And wonder of wonders, she hugged her daughter-in-law for the first time. My friend Vicky did not backchat his parents. He gave his father a sentimental card which just said, "Thanks for all that you've done for me, Dad." And to his mother, he gave a single rose that said it all. The news headline screamed that Palestine was now recognized as an independent nation by the government of Israel. And what's more, Prime Minister Netanyahu had confirmed that he would attend the ceremony to mark this historic occasion. The Taliban had announced that girls would be encouraged to go to school and college in Afghanistan, and what's more, their fees would be waived. In India, the powers that be framed policy to ensure that there would be no interference in people's private lives, who they marry, the religion they choose, what they wear, what they eat, and what's more, all political parties came together to make a joint statement on this. And miracle of miracles, my brother and I were not fighting over the same pair of Nikes. In fact, we were willing to give the old pair, which was a size too small for us anyway, to Ganesh, Dad's office peon's son, as a Christmas gift. But just as we were getting into the car to find Ganesh's home, my mother called out to me, "Wake up, son, it's Christmas, there's so much to do, it's very late." I woke up with a start. Oh, thank goodness, our tree was still green, and Santa on the mantelpiece still wore his red suit, and Jim Reeves was still singing White Christmas. What a relief! All was right with this Christmas. The overweight man at the counter, in a bad mood as usual, grumbled at the mouth organ player for coming into the confectionery when there was such a crowd. The lady next door yelled as usual at Mira for dropping bits of rubbish in the corridor. My aunt, as usual, tactfully avoided going to my cousin's house and meeting her daughter-in-law. Vicky phoned me to criticize his narrow-minded parents for not understanding him. The Gaza Strip was still burning, and innocent people were still dying. Girls in Afghanistan still had a mountain to climb, and many in my country were still wondering, some even afraid, whether they would really be allowed to make their own choices. Halfway through that Christmas day, I paused to think, wouldn't it be great if all was not right? The Christmas of my dream, a blue tree, Santa in green, a red Christmas, and love all around? A permanent solution between Israel and Palestine, girls being educated in Afghanistan, people in our country being allowed to do exactly what they want to do and make their own choices, just as long as it didn't interfere with others. But why couldn't it happen? So I told my brother that we could do our bit, so he could wear the Nikes, unless, of course, he thought it was a better idea to give it to Ganesh. My brother was shocked and touched. We went to my dad and requested him to drive us to Ganesh's home. Dad smiled as only he could and agreed spontaneously. Mum gift-wrapped the old Nikes and wiped a tear. She looked on with pride as we got into the car. All was right with this Christmas. My dream Christmas was happening. We were making it happen. Yes, dear members across our 63 branches and friends of the All India Anglo-Indian Association, let's make our dream Christmas happen. We keep talking about, I'm not feeling Christmassy, or I'm feeling very Christmassy, or the spirit of Christmas. Well, I think more than feeling Christmassy, it may be a good idea to do something Christmassy, or let's, in modern parlance, let's call it, let's do Christmas. Not just feel Christmas, let's do Christmas. And the best way to do Christmas is not worry too much about the colors, not worry too much about the decorations and the festivities. Of course, they're important, and congratulations to all our branches who are spreading the spirit of Christmas that way. And even more credit to those branches and those people who are doing Christmas by reaching out in a special way. Many of our branches are doing it, some in groups, some individually, and some of you do it a lot personally, where the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. Well, from Denise and myself in our home, and on behalf of the governing body of the All India Anglo-Indian Association, we wish each one of you and your families a very meaningful, merry, and blessed Christmas. Let Jesus be there in our Christmas, because Christmas without Christ is no Christmas. Have a wonderful year ahead. Continue the work that you're doing, and don't worry too much about other people who tend to not feel Christmassy through the year except during Christmas. Pray for them, and remember, it's important to do Christmas. So this year, let's do Christmas. Take care.